Who's making sure that the house you're buying is in a good standing and there are no liens on it? Who's going to check that? Is it your attorney? Is it the seller? Is it the seller's attorney? Is it your agent? None of these people, actually. So the entity that is going to check all of that is a title company, which is usually hired by your attorney unless you have a specific one you want to use for your transaction. I always tell my clients the title company plays a crucial role in the process of buying a home. Why? Well, the title company is going to check the chain of ownership going backwards of the property you are purchasing. And they're going to check if there are no liens on the property, especially for any unpaid bills. I had a situation in the past that my clients were purchasing a house. It was an old, dilapidated house. However, the title company did the search and it turned out that there was a lien on the property in the amount of $357,000, and the purchase price of the property was only $100,000. It was a fixer-upper a long time ago. So it turned out that there was this huge lien hanging over this property and the title company caught it. The whole thing had to go through courts, so that lien would not apply to this property anymore, especially after my clients bought it. They are also the company who is preparing all the paperwork, and not many people know this, but the title company is the company that gives an okay to close on a property. Yes, we have a mortgage lender as well, and that has to give the clear to close based on whether your mortgage is ready or not. That's the title company who requests that all the documents to be submitted. If you don't fill out the lead-based paint disclosure, if you don't sign a seller's disclosure, if there's one, and they are the entity that's going to request a final CO and fire certificates from the town that usually the seller is providing, sometimes the buyer does. The title company wants to make sure that all the documents, everything is in order so they can close. The title company does the title search. They're looking back at the property you're purchasing, and this title search ends up with the title company providing a title report, which of course costs a little bit of money, but this money is included in your closing costs. Sometimes it turns out, for example, that the buyer owed some alimony to his ex-wife in another state, so they won't be able to close until this is all taken care of. They also check the sellers in that respect, especially if there are any taxes, water, sewer bills that were unpaid. The title company makes sure that these bills are going to be paid before the seller gets the proceeds from the sale of the property. The title company's job is really important. I always say that this is the most important entity in my eyes. This is my opinion. And people don't know about that entity because they are working in the background. They are working together with your attorney, the lender, and with your agent sometimes, because they have to give the final okay for the transaction to take place. Once the title company did the search, they come up with the report, then they have to issue a title insurance policy. Title insurance policy is the only insurance policy in America that works backwards, not forward, because they had to do the search and now they were going to be responsible for what they found. Let's say you purchase this property and in 10 years it turns out that they missed a bill and you want to sell your property, but you cannot do this until you pay that overdue bill from the past. That's why you have title insurance policy, so that covers those incidents. Not all of them are covered, but some of them. So it's always good to talk to your attorney about what title company they're going to be using. You make sure that you use a reputable company because you don't want any unpleasant surprises later on. All of these activities done by the title company during the transaction, the title search, issuing the report and issuing the title policy insurance, and they're also issuing the title on your home, costs a few $1,000s. Like I said, it's included in your closing costs. This is a substantial part of the closing costs, but it's crucial to have a good reputable title company.